On that note, I will leave Monica to do her job and answer your questions. And then we'll have our guests, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh,
I will be brief.
sorry.
I will be brief. Thank you very much, Stefan, and good afternoon, everybody. So there is a guest waiting for us. I just saw it. I'm gonna start today with an announcement. The President of the General Assembly will travel to Geneva, where she will attend the Global Leaders Investment Summit in the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. That will be on the 24th of October. She will also grant a press conference at the Palais des Nations in the morning of this day, which is also UN Day for all of us. After this, President Espinosa will travel to the Vatican on the 29th, and she will participate in the 10th meeting of the Ethics in Action Initiative, which will address issues related to decent work, the future of work, and the President will also have an audience with Pope Francis. The main purpose of the visit to Geneva is, as we said, to take part in the UNCTAD Global Leaders Investment Summit. And talking about meeting, today she has her first routine monthly meeting with the Secretary-General, and the PGA and the SG will discuss issues on the agenda, including, of course, the reform of the United Nations. And this afternoon, she is having meetings with the ambassadors of Greece, separate meetings, and also the Foreign Secretary of Mexico. And this morning, she received the scholars of the Dag Hammarskjöld, and they were there and had the opportunity to conduct an interview with the PGA. That is all from me. Do you have any questions? No? So I wish you.
Exactly what we asked before. What the president thinks about this call from those organizations for the Secretary General to ask, for Turkey to ask for a.
Stefano, thank you for this question, and I would like to start by highlighting that today it's 16 days since the disappearance of Mr. Khashoggi. President Espinosa is very carefully following media reports, as we know, following this case. She is asking for a thorough, independent, and urgent investigation. She's actually endorsing what the Human Rights Commissioner, former President Bachelet, has said. She also said before the President of the General Assembly, she called for full compliance with the human rights of everybody, but in this case specifically, she's talking about journalists and their fundamental rights that should always be respected and safeguarded. We need to find out what happened to Mr. Khashoggi. As I said before, today marked the 16 days of his disappearance, and President Espinosa remains extremely concerned about this issue. Her thoughts are also with his fiancée, his entire family, colleagues and friends at this very difficult time when we, and of course the entire world now is trying to find out what happened. That's our answer on this. And yes.
Just a point of clarification. When she's called for that investigation, in what form, independent, has she spoken to the Secretary General about it? Has she spoken to Turkey about it, the US, Saudi Arabia, anything? Or is it just a general call?
Yeah, she's endorsing the call that was made by the High Commissioner for Human Rights. It is, as I said before, an impartial, thorough, and urgent investigation to find out what happened to Mr. Khashoggi. Thank you very much, everybody, and I see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Our guest is coming. Thank you very much.